greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us today. Honorable Knowledge Seeker. Today I'm your host for the evening. My name is Babundas. I'm from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I'm proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and certified international educational and training institute. In last 3 years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is nationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by informal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to general professional generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally to student, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner to respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, award quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like Redon Portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning game websites, reports, combat sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectations and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learner by professional trainer, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by global linear professionals to develop our kind of youth and promote the education of their abilities and personalities. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe their knowledge is light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice methods. We master a genuine concept for the learner we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. As a member are committed to offering effective best qualities and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind you to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Support. Before we move to the next, let me remind you to forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next is the continuous support. We already completed 1,754 webinars successfully. Moving to the next with your continuous support. We already completed 1,754 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.edioigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you will be benefited. We already launched a new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account for once with proof of information. Note that with proof of information, you will enjoy our feature. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace slide. You have to join regular on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam. After that, if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download a certificate of graduate. If you are online life quiz competition winner, then you can download a certificate of life participation. If you are selected for lifetime membership, then you can download a certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in an award function which organizes combined support with IGP, you can download that also. You can easily prepare and download 18 tax certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influence in a Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities in a Pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking in 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authoring Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2, Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tools, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, The New Trend in Education, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, upskilling and leadership and managerial skills. Certificate of participation university 6 trend and innovation in mathematics education. Certificate of participation university 7 research comprehension approach. Certificate of participation university 8 art in teaching and special program in art. Certificate of participation in 21st century tool in teaching mathematics. Certificate of IGP corporate ambassador. Certificate of IGP campus ambassador, which you can prepare now on the engineering from our website. Teaching tips for teacher, health tips for parents, health tips for teens, education tools for teacher. You can join IGP Alumni. You can check out our Plus Media Services website for free and many more. Dear IGP evaluation, we promised previously, but lack of technical problem. We're late sending you on time. This is great opportunity to collect the previous condition. We solve all issue from our website. Now you can enroll, set password, everything. You can check your dashboard for all of the details. It's a cordial request. Check our button and pages on our website. Should like and save you benefit. Thank you, but note that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy our services. At present, we are going to start our 1755 program, whose name is Ethics of Leadership, and today our speaker name is Ismat Mustafa Khan. She is from Pakistan. Before I hand over the stage to our speaker, I want to share a very little bit about her. Teaching lower SEC and SEC level, OPS Girls College, Rawalpindi, gold medalist, master's level. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am.
Thank you
Good
so
evening.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for introducing. And it has always been a pleasure to be a part of Institute of Global Professionals. And for the last 2 3 years, I've already been working with you people, and I always feel too good to be a part of IGP. And either as a participant or as a speaker, this platform always provides you with a number of learning opportunities. So always be very thankful to all the people who are concerned with Institute of Global Professionals, the whole team, the managing team, the entire team of the viewers who are viewing us, and the knowledge seekers, the participants, as well as those who communicate us through the quizzes, and those who provide us with the opportunity to learn through the speakers. So I'm once again very thankful to you. And the topic that today I have selected for this webinar is leadership. That is, ethics of leadership is the basic topic. This is not only leadership, this is basically the ethics of leadership is the main topic on which I have to talk about. Now, first of all, we should know that the word leadership, from where has this word originated? Leadership, as clear from the title, leadership, it starts with lead. Now, we must also know that what do you mean by lead? We actually mean when we take someone along with us by holding a hand or by holding a rope, then we say it leadership. That we are leading someone, if we are taking someone along with us on a rope or by holding a hand or by holding a rope, then we say that we are leading someone. So when you are holding someone, it means you are a part of that very person, either by holding the hand or by holding the rope or by holding any other support. So the very first thing about leadership is that leaders are always a part of that team, uh, the team members of which they are going to hold. And it's a whole complete set of principles which are entirely based upon responsibility and responsibility. So, to me, leadership is a very pious term, and since the times of antiquity, there had been leaders, but they show their skills through various characteristics which prove themselves to be good leaders. And always success is something related to good leadership. So first of all, I would like to just quote a few words, that a leader is one who knows the way, who goes the way, and who shows the way. The person who is leading is obviously known as a leader, who is actually having the leadership, who is just showing you the right path. But for that purpose, the leader, he or she, must also be knowing that what is the way. I can only lead you to somewhere only and only if I know the path myself. And if I am going the path, I am going that way myself. Until and unless I move along with the team, I move along with the people whom I am leading, I cannot be a leader. The greatest misconception is that we generally lead the team without thinking that we are a part of that team. The only difference between us and the other members is that we are just standing or sitting in the front, and we have to know the way first of all. Until and unless we know the way, we cannot show the way. And until and unless we go the way, we cannot take other people along with us. So that is something which we, in the picture, that is very clear, that a leader must take the hand of someone else by just having a strong hold and grip on his hand. Until and unless we do this, we cannot be good leaders. So after that, now I think we are able to define leadership. That is, leadership is the ability to get a person to do what you want him to do when you want it done in a way you want it done because he wants to do it. Now, obviously, the ability when you take someone on a way where someone has to go, you have to make someone do the work the way you want him or her to do the work, keeping into account that he or she must be having some opinion himself or herself. This is a very broad definition of leadership. Now, if you look at the words once again, when you want it done in a way you want it done, that is, we want someone to do the work as we want, but at the same time, he wants to do the work. Obviously, he is interested in doing the work, and that's why he is following or she is following us. So, how can someone follow you if you do not know where to go? If you do not know how to make someone follow you, how can you lead someone? So, this is something very basic, and this is a definition that was given by Dwight in Gulliver. It was almost in 1990s. The book was published from where I have taken this definition. So we can also apply it to the modern mean, to the modern situation. Either it's an organization or in a business or at an educational institution. If we want to make someone do the work, we must know what is his or her opinion and how can we modify that very person's opinion and that very person's path along our path. Then, uh, the topic that is for today's webinar is ethics of leadership, or we can define it as ethical leadership. We can also describe it as ethical leadership. So, in the ethical leadership, what actually is needed? There is a clear path of four V's. The four V's include the values, the vision, the voice, and virtue. So values are very important. If our values are good, if a leader's values are good, obviously he or she is going to inculcate the same values among the people who are the team members. Vision. Until and unless your vision is clear, if you have clarity of vision, you have clarity of virtue, voice, and values, then you cannot make someone follow you. If you have a very clear thought, if your approach is analytical, you can describe it by your voice. And obviously, this is something which other people they notice themselves. You sometimes do not even need to describe that you are a leader. You do not even need to tell someone that you are a leader. If you are showing it by your vision, if you are showing it by your values, and if your voice is clear enough with a very you can say clarity in your mind, your analysis, your analytical approach, that is sometimes visible only if you implement whatever is in your mind in your actions. So your applications, the processes and operations, they obviously they are reflector of your values, your vision, and your voice. They reflect you actually. The basics of ethical leadership. Now, in the ethical leadership, what are the basic things? This is what we have to go through. First of all, the very first thing is you have to keep this thing very clear in your mind that you have to serve others. You do not have to be a boss. You do not need to be of a bossy nature. If you have this thing in your mind that you as a leader have to serve others, obviously your services, I can assure you that your services, if they are up to the mark, then you are going to get back quality services by your employees. If you move one step ahead and if you put in effort along with them, keeping into account that you are just going to serve them, not going to command them, then obviously your team members are going to serve you even in a better way. Then another thing is that leadership actually it manifests at honesty. The very important thing is that you should be honest. If you are not honest to your work, to your profession, to yourself, to the community, to the workers, to the team members, then in return you won't be getting any honesty. You should expect honesty only and only if you are giving honesty. If you are putting in honesty, obviously you are getting back the honesty. Respecting others is the third basis of ethical leadership. Respect and honesty are two such ingredients of leadership without which you cannot taste good leadership. In recipes, we generally add something, and if you are putting in your whole effort, you are working dedicatedly with your recipe and with your full interest and effort, then there is no one who cannot taste it well. And it makes a very good recipe if you are putting in all the ingredients with your interest. We generally make such type of dishes in which we put in our effort, and that can taste better. In the same way, the two very important ingredients for the recipe of ethical leadership, for a very successful recipe of ethical leadership, the two most important ingredients are self honesty and respect. They just act like some basic spices of any dish. These are something very important. And then coming towards justice, they are interrelated. If you are honest, if you are good enough, honest as a leader, then obviously you are just also. Fairness and justice, it this is the breed of your honesty. If you are honest, then automatically you are doing justice with others. These two things are directly proportional to each other. More honesty, more justice you show, more justice you are going to give among or to your team members. Then, building community. How can you build a community is something very important. Community, what is community? Is simply it's a group of people who are sharing some common goals, who are sharing some common activities. So your team members are your community members, in fact. So how can you build a community is that how can you keep them intact? How can you keep them together? And how can you keep them along with you? You can only keep them along with you if you prove yourself to be a part of that community. Remember, community, it at a workplace, it remains incomplete without a leader. So a leader has to consider himself or herself as a part of the community which he or she is serving. So all these five things, these are the components, these are the basics of ethical leadership. Your service to others, your honesty, your respect towards other, your justice and fairness, and in these four, they are all going to lead to the building of a better community. Means better teamwork is a result of all these basics. Then, building community, let's discuss that in a bit more detail. That is, embrace the importance of community. Just look at the figure. Just look at the diagram that is here. The picture, the image is very clearly showing that you have to fix in a few blocks over the blocks which are already within the community members. So you maybe you can put in some extra effort. Even a bigger block can be seen in the image. So your effort to build the community, it should be more than the members of the community. And then see who is in the community. You have to also keep an eye that the people you are serving, the people who are in the community, who are being served, who can be a direct member of the community or an indirect member of the community. Let's say if you are serving the children at a school, if you are serving the staff members at a school, indirectly you are serving their parents as well. You are serving all the faculty members, all the students, and you must not keep the parents unaddressed. The queries, the questions, and the worries, the complaints of the parents must not remain unaddressed. Then you must know uh, the circle or the uses the proper, you can say, like a river, it serves a drainage basin, and the river knows up to which corner the river has to serve the land area. In the same way, you are just a flow, you are a leader, and you have to be at the knowledge of the people whom you have to serve. Then you need to be very open and share. How can you be very rigid and firm? You should be open means as a leader one must be open both in heart and as well as in mind. Open mindedness and open heartedness both are needed, because we have to accept and we have to digest so many things which we do not like, and we have to show so many things which others may not like, but we know that they are important for them, and we have to set an example for them to accept those things. If we aren't going to accept the things from them, they are not going to accept the things from their leaders. Praise more than criticize. Now, I have seen that in many of the organizations, there is a lot of criticism. There is a lot of criticism by the leader. Every time they keep on scolding, they keep on asking, they keep on complaining their team members that this work was not done correct, this work was not done correct, it should have been done like this, it should have been done like this. But if you are going to give an example yourself, and if you are going to praise someone, and you can start your work by praising someone, and then you may ask that this that was wrong and that could be done like this way. So your the pleasantness with which you are dealing with your team members, it really matters. You should start, even if you have any complaint for any team member, then what you have to do is that you have to first praise. It cannot happen that that very person with whom you have any complaint must not be having anything not praiseworthy. Every individual has some positive and some negative aspects, so why not we first highlight the healthier aspect of that person, and then coming towards help community grow. Community only grows if the leader has the zeal to make the community grow. You cannot enlarge your community, the people you are serving, you cannot enlarge your community members until and unless your helping hand should be on top. You should be a helper. Remember that we must also remember, even if we are dealing with a number of children as a teacher, then at that time we are their leader within the classroom. Then we are a helper, we are a support. We are not that type of a commander who has to keep on commanding the class all the time. We have to help them out of their academics, and in the same way, the leaders who are on top of larger managements in larger sectors, they have to prove themselves to be the supporters, not to be any dictators. Then the seven others things, the seven secrets rather, they are again the same thing, that is the repetition of the same thing that I have discussed earlier. Sorry for that. That is, you have to value others. This is very, 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 very important. This is the most important thing I think so far. Even if you are not a leader, if you are living in a society, even then, if you are living in a family, the most important thing is that you have to value others. If you cannot value others, it means uh, for achieving humanity, actually, you have to value others. Everybody has respect, everybody needs respect, and everybody needs praise. If you value others, if you are going to value their values, automatically you will build a stamina of acceptance to others as well. Give inspiration by a purpose beyond self. Again, selflessness and a purposeful leadership is very important. If you are taking the people along you without any purpose, you do not know. If, let's say, if a tracker is taking some team to reach the summit of a mountain, and if he does not know that he has to reach the mountain and what will they do over there, then it means the leadership is purposeless. So you must inspire people if you have a clear purpose in your mind. That is the same thing, your vision, your purpose, it should be very clear in your mind. And if you cannot go beyond yourself, if you have to show selfishness, then remember, people will show selfishness to you. Throughout this webinar, you are going to just understand this thing, that this is a tit for tat type of relationship between the leadership and the community members. The relationship is, again, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Clarify and reinforce the need for service to others. The same thing, you have very clearly in your mind, a very clear goal should be set in your mind. And again, the reinforcement for the need of serving others, that is also, you should keep on telling the community members also that you are here to serve them. You are not here to be a boss only. As a team member, if you are going to serve others, they are going to serve you. Listen and observe closely. You need to be a very good listener also. You need to be a very good observer also, sometimes silent even. You may not need to shout, you may not need to be loud to observe others. When you are observing the things, you may take a side turn and you may observe so many things. You can take a very silent round even without a round. You should be a very good observer as well as a very good listener. Sometimes the community members, the team members, they come to the principal or to any head of the institution, to their to any of their leader. They come there and they just ask, "Oh, this was happening. He has done this to me. He has done this to me." Just listen. Instead of overreacting, just listen. Just collect your data about the incident, and you can be a better and just decision maker at the same time if your analysis and your source of collection of data is good one. If you are a good listener, not from the team members, if you are a good listener as in general, then you obviously, good listeners are good observers, and they are much better decision makers than others. Then act as selfless mentors. Who are the mentors? We know that those who just take us to some path, the same one who are the good leaders, they are our mentors, who show us what to do and what not to do, who are our inspirations, actually are our mentors. So, what we have to do is that we have to act as selfless mentors. We have to first make ourselves, we have to just make ourselves reside somewhere inside, and we have to work selflessly either for the people or for the organization or for the entire community to achieve best and successful results. And then we have to demonstrate persistence. Again, consistency is something very, very important. If we are not persistent in our actions, one day we say one thing, the other day we say another thing, the other day another thing, the fourth day some other thing, how can we demonstrate persistence and how can we expect persistence? And the last but not the least of the seven secrets of ethical leadership is, you have to lovingly hold accountability. We have to be answerable for our deeds also. If I am going to be late as a leader, then I cannot ask someone, then why you are late? If I am not going to be a hard worker, I cannot make objections on someone not to work hard. For not working hard, how can I make someone realize the importance of hard work until and unless I am doing the hard work myself? How can I make someone stay for long hours after the regular working hours if I am not staying myself? uh, as the very next day or the very next moment, the team members can make me accountable for my deeds. So transparency is very important. If I am not clear, if I am not honest, if I fail in proving myself in transparency, then how can I ask someone to be accountable to me? Because they can raise their voice anytime. So my voice should be at such a pace that I know how to be accountable, when to be accountable, and how can I be answerable to each and every member of the community being served by me. Then again, manifesting honesty. Let's study that in detail. Keep your decision making open. This is what I have already discussed, that I cannot make a decision basing on the opinion of only one team member. I have to keep my decision making open. I have to be flexible in decision making. Some decisions, some decisions, they rather are converted into policies. So what is it? Before making any decision, I have to flexibly accept and digest the opinion of all the team members before taking any bigger decision or even a smaller one, so that injustice might not be brought to any of the people who come under any leader. Then prevent trust erosion. Now, this is a very common practice that leaders, they erode the trust of their team members by showing different type of behaviors. Organizational behavior, maintenance of organizational behavior, that is the very responsibility of the leader. Either you are in a business or you are at any educational institution, you have to build a trust relationship between your employees and yourself. They should trust you. They should trust you in telling the truth, and you should trust them in telling all the realities which are taking place around you. If your organization is not showing the best results, you should trust the employees and you should tell them. If your organization is showing the best results, you should trust your employees and you should let them know. So fakeness must be avoided. Then keep the ethics above laws and regulations. There are several laws and regulations in each and every religion and in each and every society. But the ethics of a leader should be above all those laws and regulations. The leader should lie one step above all the laws and regulations which are applicable to the members of the community or to the team, so that the leader can be answerable in the best possible way, that I am doing this thing and I expect this thing from you. This is the simplest rule. The rule of a leader is staying above the rule, not parallel to the rule. The leaders should stand and they should stay above the rules and regulations. This is the commonest rule for ethical leadership. Commitment to work first in the short and long term. In the short and long term means, if it's a daily assignment, I should be committed to my work. If it's a long term assignment for a month, for a year, I should plan accordingly. I should be a very good planner. But commitment is something very important. If I am not committed to my work, I cannot ask someone to be committed. Then respecting, it's a two-way street. I have already been discussing that it's a two-way street. If you are respectful, you must not feel shy, because these are the ethics which all the religions teach us, not only to the leaders but to all people, to all humanity. This is a basic teaching of all religions, of all societies, that we have to show respect. The people, the societies, the grow well if they are showing respect to each other. We should say thank you for casual acts, for routine tasks. We should be thankful to the employees. And if we are going to be thankful, obviously they shall pay back more respect to us. They shall be thankful. And it might also improve their manners, their ethics. And give credit where credit is due. Even sometimes where credit is not due, you may give the credit. You should give the credit. You should be open hearted in giving the credit to someone. And if it is due and you do not give the credit, it means you are a miser. As a leader, I have seen so many leaders who act miserly. How? Because even when the employees, they deserve appreciation, they do not give appreciation. And sometimes even if they do not deserve appreciation, the leaders can even at that time give appreciation. The employees, they look at their work and they come to say, we didn't do, even then our leader, our principal appreciated us. Next time we shall now try to do it in a better way, so that we can truly get the appreciation which we got. Then give freedom to assign task completion. For example, if you have 7 days for any assignment to get completed and you have given it to your employee, you may give him or her 5 days, and then you should give an open end. You should give freedom that take 5 days. In your mind, you know that the assignment may need 7 days, but you may ask for 5 days, and then you can give a full freedom to that very employee. You try to complete it within 5 days, and within 5 days, if the employee is going to misuse the freedom, then you will be having 2 more days in spare to rectify the mistakes or to correct whatever corrections are needed in the assignment. But for those first 5 days, you should give an open end to that very employee or to a number of members whom you have assigned that particular task. Justice is distributive justice is fairness is that is fairness of outcome distribution, that is like in salaries tangible or feedback intangible. Now your feedback, the employee's feedback, this is intangible, you cannot measure it. But the salaries of your employees is obviously tangible. You have to be fair and just in the distribution of both tangible and intangible things which are under your jurisdiction. You have to distribute the salary, you need to be very fair in the distribution of the salary among all the employees. And if you are going to take any feedback, if you are going to give any feedback, again, you need to be just and fair. If you are honest, obviously, fairness and justice are directly proportional to your self honesty. And again, they are the values which humans generally should have. Either they are leaders or they are only the team members. Then, procedural justice. Procedural justice is that fairness of decision making processes in the processes and operations which are taking place in your organization. For all the procedures, you have to engage and you have to distribute the work load, and you need to be very just in proceduring all the operations and all the processes which are taking place within your organization. Then comes interactional justice, that how you communicate and how you deal with the employees. You must not be biased. One, as a leader, must not show any type of favoritism while you are interacting with the people around you. They lie at the same level, and you should also be at the same level. While you are interacting with them, you must not show a biased attitude towards any one or two employees. It automatically leads to the collapse of your leadership. One reason of the collapse of the leaderships around us is that leaders, they do not show interactional justice. And they may have any incidents or their histories are like that, but even then when you become a leader, then you need to be very fair and just while dealing with the people around you. Interpersonal justice is based on respect and courtesy. Obviously, your personal traits, they matter a lot, and the team members are, they reflect your personal traits in their work. And informational justice, these 5 types of justice are very important within an organization. Informational justice is based on truthfulness. If 5 people are telling you but they're telling you a lie, you should be capable enough to rely on the information which is the true one. You should be good analytical enough person to realize what is wrong and what is right. The information sources must be verified first, that through which sources you are taking in the information. Then the benefits of ethical leadership, we have discussed so much that what can be the possibilities within the ethical leadership, what values should be there, what an ethical leader should be like, and what he or she should display for better results. But what can be the benefits? Now coming towards the efficiency, we have discussed that all the traits which good leaders, which ethical leaders have, they do not only bring efficiency within the capacity of that particular organization, but they also make the team members effective even outside the organization. So if you are a good leader, obviously your team members, they can be effective people even outside the organization, and obviously they are going to take your good traits outside. So it will come back to you in some other way, may not be a visible one. That is goal accomplishment. These are some of the visible benefits of ethical leadership. Accomplishment of goals, whatever targets an organization has set, if the leadership is ethical, obviously the goals they get accomplished within due time, within due course of time, and with the achievement of successes. Effective uh, utilization of available resources, that is again very important. The available resources, the resources which you have within your organization, your leadership, uh, if it is ethical, then the effective utilization of these resources is automatically made. You are using all the resources, either again the manpower which is within the organization, or some of the physical resources which are available other than the human resources. You make better use of them, and in this way utilization of resources, it comes to the scene. Then coming towards a conducive work environment, people love to work under revolutionary, under active leaders. People love to work, people like to coordinate with them, people never hesitate in working with those people, with those leaders who are a part of themselves. Then high level of productivity. Productivity is the outcome, the total organizational effectiveness and outcome, the level of that, the standard, overall standard, it gets increased. And high level of quality, again, quality achievement. We do not have to maintain the, sometimes in the quantitative terms and sometimes in the qualitative terms, we need achievements. If you are going to achieve quality standards, then obviously the quantity is going to increase itself. And positive attitude, not, never show a negative attitude as a leader. You are meant to just show positivity. If you are positive, you are going to display positivity, you are going to have an overall positive impact of your positivity in the environment in which you are working, in the organization in which you are working. And the good leaders, obviously some important characteristics so far that we have discussed, we can just enlist them as 10 of those good characteristics of a good leader. Integrity, keeping people intact. Delegation, designing and assigning duties. Communication, interaction. Self awareness, your personal knowledge. And gratitude, thankfulness is a very must part. Learning ability, sorry, that is your learning agility. If you are not a good learner, you cannot produce good learners. Then, coming towards the next one, your influence. If you are an inspiration, obviously people are going to take your influence. Empathy. Then, coming towards courage and respect, your determination, it matters a lot. If you are determined, you can make people courageous. You can produce a whole breed of determined people if you are determined. I may quote here the example of before the partition of India, there used to be a leader whose name was Sayyid Ahmad Khan. So Sayyid Ahmad Khan, he was very determined in introducing a mix and match of modern and Islamic education in India. He faced a lot of criticism. He remained positive, and all these 10 characteristics he displayed. And his courage was what, which was later seen among the students who followed him in his educational institute, MAO High School. So, this is, if you are going to display something in your movement, in your campaign, it comes back to you, may not in your life, even after your life. The circle of the effectiveness of good leadership, it is beyond being encompassed. You cannot encompass the circle of effectiveness of good leadership. The signs of ineffective leadership. Now we discussed about the positivity and about everything which good leaders can do. Now, what if you are not an effective leader? Then these are some of the things which you are going to have. You can see an image: shouting, bad reflexes. So, what can be the possible signs? Communication problems, lack of conflict resolution skill. You cannot sort out a problem. Quick blame on others instead of taking the responsibility. The blame of the failure, you are going to place it on others. Slow reaction to change. You should be a change acceptor. Rather, you need to be very slow. It means your leadership is ineffective. Lack of attention. Obviously, if you are not interested in being a part of the team member and you are interested only in commanding and being a boss only, then it means you are not attending to each and every issue of your organization well. You comfortable with status quo, you are just conscious of your seat, then it means you are an effective leader. You should declare yourself, you should include yourself in the list of ineffective leaders if you are status conscious. And if you are not moving towards the change, if you are at the same place, then and then you are, if you are going to forget your employees and just remember yourself, it means you are not a good leader, you are not an ethical leader. And if you are lacking accountability, if you are lacking how to face the employees and how to face and answer their queries regarding your performance, you are definitely an ineffective leader. Three reasons why do we need leaders? We need leaders. The need of the hour is that we need to produce good leaders. Why? The simplest answers are for security. And security is, obviously we feel secure if we have a good leader around us. We can just insert everything into that leader button and then to get the solutions of our problems only and only if we have good leaders around us. Purpose. We have already discussed that in the purposeful leadership, in order to achieve several goals, targets, purposes, and objectives, we need good leaders. And in order to achieve in order to tell us success stories, in order to just highlight the success stories of any organization, not only the organization in general, also achievement is the outcome of good leadership. Then leadership, again, in a very short slide, in a very short explanation and description, you have to give power to your people, you have to empower people, you have to inspire people, you have to share your vision, and you have to lead change. G. Everything that is taking, yes, everything that is taking place around us, uh, it is changing so quickly. The scenes around us, the environments around us, the surroundings are changing so abruptly. Nothing is continuous except change. So, what we need is we have to lead change. And that is all for today. Thank you so much for listening to me. Now, anything which you still want to discuss, so you can simply ask me in the question answer session. That is all about the leadership for today, about the ethical leadership for today. And now over to the host. I guess the host is here. Can we have the host here? I'm waiting for the host. What next? Everyone, please stay blessed.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation,
Okay.
I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow
Fine.
together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP
Fine.
knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer,
Thank
we
you.
have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Ma'am, our first question is from new team. Hi, ma'am. I have a multiple questions about this topic. One, what are the consequences if leaders don't behave ethically? Two, are these explained prior any unethical behavior occurring so that one could say that they didn't know? Three, there are consequences administered immediately. If not, why not? 4. How are these situations and consequences communicated to the organization? Thank you in advance.
Okay, very good question. The question I already have addressed to some extent. Uh, in the last two slides, I already have discussed that what can happen and how can a leader declare himself or herself as an ineffective leader. The consequences of ineffective leadership are the same. It means that they are not behaving ethically. That is, sometimes the whole systems they collapse because of the ineffective leadership. The one immediate consequence is that the incompetence of the leader, it comes to the visible scene of the organization. And you can say, in the long run, the consequence of unethical leadership is that the organizations, the systems, they begin to collapse because the team members or the committee members who are actually the part of the leadership, they begin to realize the unethical nature of the leader, and in many of the situations, it is like this, that the systems they collapse very soon, and the result is that not only that particular organization it loses its reputation, but the team members they begin to lose their employability also. They begin to there can be many possible other effects which can we can declare as the dire consequences of unethical leadership. If an organization has to work successfully, then the selection committees they must be very vigilant in the selection of ethical leaders. And then your question is that why the consequences are the consequences administered immediately? No, sometimes the consequences are not administered immediately, because it sometimes it happens that the consequences they appear very quickly, very immediately. But the consequences may not appear, or they may not become visible immediately in many of the cases. Sometimes the incompetent leaders they keep on hiding their incompetence in many several ways, and the result is that the organization it has to suffer, it keeps on suffering till long. And because some of the people they are supported by the people like them, um, the people who are along with the leaders and who support the leaders even knowing their incompetence, if they keep on supporting them, then some of the things they keep on being there for long. And the result is that the systems may take some long time to collapse in that case. But as soon as a team member, as soon as we see any of the unethical value, we should report it to the immediate authority. And if even then if it does not get responded, then next higher authority should be approached in order to meet, in order to get our desired results. Hope, is it clear? It's clear, it should be clear to
Thank you
you.
so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Flame. Hi, everyone. Good evening, ma'am. What is the impact of ethical leadership on organizational performance? Thank you.
Again, I have already discussed that organizational performance, you can bring the organizational performance from zero to a very higher level if you are going to get luckily ethical leaders, good ethical leaders are there around you. Then the performance of the organization it reaches to a very higher level even within days. If the leader is ethical, he or she can make the performance of the organization a very effective one. And effective organizational behavior means that not only the internal efficiency of the organization it gets improved, but the effectiveness of those values which the ethical leader is imparting, they even reach beyond the circle of the organization, and they lead to the very good reputation of that organization around, both in quantitative and in qualitative terms. The growth of the organization is the very result of ethical leadership.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Bhalanroga. How is ethical leadership in fourth world countries?
I cannot understand the question. How will the ethical? How is the ethical leadership in the fourth world countries? Is in the fourth world countries, inshallah, we are expecting that because this is the world of internationalism, this is the time of technological drive, and things are going to get communicated with all the countries of the world. Either they are the say, third world countries or the fourth world countries. Obviously, this is the world of fast and quick communication and internationalism. So we believe that if someone is going to follow ethical leadership in the true terms, then all the countries of the world they are going to take benefit of that.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Narfamet. Hi, ma'am. This is my question. What would you do if you had asked you to perform on unethical tasks and against your belief?
Very interesting question. Uh, if your leader is an ethical one, then he or she must not ask or assign you any task which is unethical in nature and that goes against your belief. because good leaders, if they have to achieve something from their team members, they should have a good knowledge of their team members, their beliefs and their backgrounds. Good leaders never make you go into a situation that is going to go against your belief. Even then, if they are going to do that, then you can make them accountable for putting them in such a situation in which how could they respond to such type of an assignment. You can just ask them what could they do if they would be given such a task, and you can ask them that how can we follow you if you would be given a task against your belief. If you are, how are you going to respond to that very situation? Then I am going to respond in the same way. You can ask your leader to set an example, or to just give you a sample that what can be done in such a situation, and then you can say that we want to follow you, I want to follow you. Just let me know what would you do if you would be in my situation.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, there is no more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It
Thank
will add
you so
some
much.
value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you
Honorable
so
ma'am,
much.
before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can.
Thank
Dear
you.
IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instructions carefully. Now time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instructions carefully. For some technical problem, we cannot continue the quiz session from our website. So to join the quiz session, you have to go www.slido.com and the code is 4384426. I repeat the code 4384426. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. Five people. We are going to start our quiz session right now. Our first question is the ethics of leadership rests upon three pillars except is it option one or option two? Option 2 is the right answer. 45% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Kidwana is holding the first position. Our second question is name the principal standard that address ethics of leadership. Option 1, principal standard 7. Option 2, principal standard 1. Option 2 is the right answer. 46% people are right. In the leaderboard, Anelita is holding the first position. Our third question is the character that and ethics of leadership do not affect employees. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 89% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Anelita is holding the first position. Our fourth question is moral leadership focus on the value and ethics of leadership. Is it true or false? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Anelita is holding the first position. Our fifth question is trustworthiness, honest, and integrity are all example of ethics of leadership. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right. In the leaderboard, Anelita is holding the first position. Our sixth question is ethics of leadership are increasing in popularity, but is still not backed by a lot of empirical research. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 69% people are right. In the leaderboard, Iran is holding the first position. Our seventh question is ethics and the application of ethics, morality, and leadership responsibilities. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right. In the leaderboard, Iran is holding the first position. Our eighth question is ethics is center of leadership. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right. In the leaderboard, Iran is holding the first position. Our ninth question is accountability is one of leadership ethics. Is it true or false? Option 1 is the right answer. 97% people are right. In the leaderboard, Iran is holding the first position. Our last and final question of the session is example of leadership have leaders ethics. Option 1 is the right answer. 93% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition. We are top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in a top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in a top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz company certificate on our official Facebook page and the Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a goal, not a people or things. Albert Einstein, before I say or hit the unlike button. Again, we want to thank all our GP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.